July intake came, starting school. Since you guys bullied me that I answer question again. So this July intake, I stopped answering questions. I stopped sitting in front. I stopped participating. I was just a shadow of myself. I just want to go to school and graduate. Nothing concern me again. So as I was still managing to go to school, that's how some lecturers and teachers and lecturers and students, they were calling me repeating students. And naturally, even people that repeated due to not having enough marks, right? They are not proud of coming to class. So imagine me that I did not even test exam for. I did not write final exam. It's not this I feel. I am repeating because I was bullied. And you are calling me repeating student. So I stopped coming to class. Shebi people don't see me. And the way the school is, because those people that bullied me, right, they are now my senior, right? They're a semester after me. So I'm like their junior. So kind of share the same class. So in the morning, when we have class, when I'm going out, then they'll be coming in. So imagine in the morning, and then maybe the teacher is teaching. Oh, okay, so this is how we, understand. I was like, oh, your seniors are here. Let's leave them to have the class. And then I look back. Who are the seniors? My bullies. The tears running through my eyes. I'm like, wait, I'm a semester behind, not because I failed, because I was bullied. And these same people referred to as my seniors, they were the same people that bullied me, and they're still here living their life. No, guy, even to even say, Dominio, we are sorry for what you said till now, nothing. No apology or anything. And everybody moved on. I could not contain, I could not go to class again. So I was just like, okay, I'll be going for only the important things in class. Like write the exam, important things. But a lecture that will make me see those bullies, I'm gonna avoid it. So I was doing that. And then this same Nigerian lecturer took it upon himself, because I refused his advice in January intake, that he told me to stay with January intake. I said, no, it's July I want. Let me suppose you that is paying my school fees. He unilaterally and unlawfully ceased my result. The continuous assessment I wrote, he posted everybody's result. The first one I had 80. I think the next one, I saw empty space. 3 of my results. 3. Empty space. I'm like, did you people lost my results? I'm like, So I private chatted him. Sir, this is Dominion. That's my first time chatting him. My results, chatting him on WhatsApp. My results are not there. He said, yes, it's him. That it was him that says it. That he will release it when I start coming to class. And me, I was still, I was still smiling and laughing. I was like, sir, it's not as if I don't want to come to class. January intake, I was always the first to come to class in the midst of over 400 students. But this one is because of the bullying I've suffered. I'm traumatized. I'm clinical. I'm sure I explained all those things. And you people, one of the advice that he gave me was like, the bullying I face is my fault. That me in class, I used to show myself. That I used to answer questions. That why am I answering questions? Do they give mark for it? It was part of the people that said I stop answering questions in class. I stopped participating. I took the advice of that one. I no longer participate. I'm now a normal student. You still see my result again. What do people want from me? It was like, even though you're supposed to be coming to class, I was like, when I come to class, I sit at the back because of my eyesight. And like, imagine a whole class of over 400 students. I cannot even see the board. I know I'm even short. Tell. I cannot see the board. I cannot answer questions. I cannot ask questions. I cannot participate. I'm always at the back. So what exactly am I coming to do? And you know the funny thing, because you are over 400 students, they don't take attendance. So even if you don't come to class or not, nobody knows. So for the lecturer to have unilaterally and unlawfully ceased my results without taking attendance for the theory class, that means that this is a targeted malpractice or bad faith of institutional bullying. Any category, put it. Because like I said, out of over 400 students, how do you want to prove that? Am I the only one that missed class? Some people, the only time you see them, see, the thing is, during our class, you see over 400 students, but during lecture, maybe like 200 students, 150. But you see, during the exam, the hall will be full. Even the lectures will be like, where are you people coming from? But during lectures, when there are plenty of like this, so you're trying to say I'm the only one out of 400 students that miss class. I mean that I miss class just because you people are still bullying me. Just because me seeing my suppressors, I mean my oppressors as my senior, is triggering my brain. I'm having mental breakdown. And you're telling me I should still be coming to class. Do I have extra mental health anywhere? Do people want to jam me wearing? So I was trying to make jokes with the lecturer that it's not like that. So it's not got to a point that I insist. I was like, this man is not joking. I was like, sir, are you trying to support the bullies? Because you didn't seize the result of the bullies. Why are you not seizing my own results that I'm the victim? The bullies are in the next semester. Me that I'm trying to mitigate my loss, patch my life together. Okay, let me start from July intake. Because I stopped coming due to their own bullying. You're seizing my own results. You're seizing the result of a victim. Means you're victimizing me the second time. That's what it means. I said, why is he supporting them? And the lecturer goes like, and I quote, if you are aggrieved, go to court. I saw that comment and I was like, say no more. One thing is, before I take legal action, all I need is ginger. Ginger me. Show me the way to the court. Show me the way to prove myself. And I will do just that. So I was like, say no more. So the next day, I went to school to ask for my refund, as usual. And, that was around September now. And I told them, I need my full refund. I don't want here say administrative fee or percentage. Because at that point, I don't consider courts. So now the last lap why they give them that. I need my full refund. So they asked me what happened. I was like, after you people defend my money, I'm managing my life to come to class. You people seized my result take. What do you people want from me? Now that you've seized my money, my result, can I have my money? Because you cannot seize my result and seize my money now. Yeah, that is unjust enrichment. Me. That's how they started again. They now referred me to retention office. Please, from the name, retention office. What's retention office meant to do? They're meant to retain students. A student is asking for a refund. Give her a money, let her go. You are referring her to retention office. I went to retention office. They asked me what happened. I explained to them. Before I knew it, I didn't even know when I started crying. Guess what this retention officer said? He was like, most of you that used to come here and cry. Well, if you find out now, you're always the aggressor. It was like, you can't even count how many tears he used to see every day in his office. That's how people used to cry. I said, the tears was not down. You they gaslight me. Oh, good. You they I was weak. I was like, how did I find myself here? How did I find myself in medical school that lacks basic empathy? How did that? And then the other two people in the office, they were laughing at me. Imagine you know those type of tears that the tears will be dropping. There are some tears that if you do like this, it will stop. But those tears, even if you do that, it won't stop. The tears was just coming. And I was, those tears that you cry. Be like so they beat me. I don't know. So he was making fun of me. So he told me to go and type letter. I typed letter.